Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutation to all the brothers out there pushing His word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping His word of sincerity and the truth. Okay, I just want to go into this quick lesson. Going into this is the first video I seen when I actually got on YouTube this morning, and I don't even follow this person. I'm pretty sure it's probably from the algorithm. I got a notification. I seen the title. I actually thought it was one of the brothers, or maybe one of the people that I do follow that make content like this. When I seen the title, because that's all I seen. I seen the title, and I think I seen the name on my notification bar, but I didn't really recognize the person. I'm thinking it's one of the other channels or something. I thought it may have been Post, but the title says some women hate it when we speak up for black men. So yeah, I thought it was, one of those channels. And then I looked at the video and I heard her, what she said, and I instantly knew, making a video on this. And this was 2 days ago. It was strange how it popped up today, but it's 2 days ago. But anyways, I just watched a couple of her videos just a few minutes ago. And she made some of them be short. Well, most of them are short. Even 10 minutes is short, but most of them is like a minute and a half or less than a minute, And everything she said is spot on, right on point, And I'm going to play a couple of her videos. And this is lining directly up with the scriptures, man. This just goes to show even more so that a lot of the women that the Lord is going to pair up with the men, with the men that's, outside of the elect women that's going to be delivered over here in Babylon the Great. The other women that the Lord is going to give as wives to brothers, they're in other parts of the world. It's women being reserved right now on the other side of the earth and in these other countries, reserved specifically for brothers, wives for brothers. And like I said, it's going to be women that be delivered over here from Babylon the Great that make it, that's of the elect, that's going to be wives, or that's already wives for brothers. But it's going to be even more so for women across the seas. The mass majority of the 2/3 over here is a lot of them is women. Majority of them is going to be women, and they're going to be destroyed. They're not going to make it. 2/3 of our people are not going to make it. That's men, women, and children. And that's of all 12 tribes, They're not going to make it. But just looking at, I'm going to read she said this was in her inbox, which you can see because she's going to explain it. So without further ado, this is fair use. I'm not using your videos to make any money. This is strictly for educational purposes. Just using your points to and your ideas to make a point, but it's nothing monetarily gained. Lord will is edifying.
You clown ass bitch. Keep talking about black women. You know your man wants a real black woman's body. This was in my DMs today. My content is not about black women only. I speak about all women. Besides, what is it that makes it okay for some women to come together and talk crap about black men or men overall, but when content creators like myself or others speak for them, we are the bad guys? Besides, of course other women's bodies is going to intrigue him, but it's my actions, my empathy, my kindness, and my cooperation which allow me to keep him. That is a huge difference. And if you're the type of woman out there who believes that your body is the only thing that you have to offer to a man, honey, do not be upset if the man is only using you for exactly that. I'm just saying, enjoy your start into your new week.
All right. And she said nothing wrong. She said, a man, we're going to be intrigued by other women's bodies, of course, especially women of the other nations. But it said her actions, her cooperation, her submissiveness, and her willing to actually be feminine. That's what keeps the man. She basically said she knows how to keep a man. And one of her other videos, she said she's married. So she knows exactly what to do as a woman to keep her man. These women over here in Babylon the Great, they don't even know the definition of a woman. They don't know what it means to be a woman. They don't know any of that. They don't know how to be feminine. They don't know any of that. They've been taught this independent, strong black woman or independent, strong woman, because you got women of the other nations and even women of the other tribes they got this mindset too. But these type of women right here, they understand it. They understand exactly what they need to do. And she specifically speaking up for speaking for a lot of Israelite men. I'm gonna play another one. Which one was it? Oh yeah.
American men are flying to other countries
It's fair use, fair use. Not using this to make any money. This is strictly for educational purposes, fair use.
to find wives, and a lot of women are enraged.
But did you ask why they leave? It is because a lot of foreign women are still very traditional. They do believe in supporting their men, putting family first, taking care of the household, and be grateful at the same time. Meanwhile, 80% of modern Western women believe in
Because I'm not a person that needs you. I pay my own bills. I fund my own career. I take care of me. I know how to read. I read books to educate myself. I don't need to use nobody and be like, oh, I'm going to keep them around because of this. I'm not the person that needs you.
Well, congratulations. You are a reading, breathing, walking, talking human being paying your electricity bill. These women are always so self-aware, and I wonder if they understand how unbelievable they sound. But wait, it does get better.
You want to have a traditional wife who also works with you, gets up just as early, but she's got to clean the kitchen, she's got to take care of the kids, she's got to keep everything in line, plus the 9 to 5? No way. And that's where I think stuff's getting kind of sideways. It's like, I'm the man, I'm in charge. Okay, then go make the money, go be in charge. Go be the provider.
Most of the time when a woman talks like that, she is a average working class woman who qualifies for a average working class man who sometimes has to work several jobs. So I'll be damned as a woman if I would sit at home while my man has to go out there, work 2 jobs just to make ends meet, and I'm sitting at home not doing anything. That is absolutely crazy. Inflation got us. Prices are sky high, and if you want to maintain a certain lifestyle, you're going to have to go out there and work. Take some pressure off of your man, and also pick up some slack so the man can get some rest.
Right. She understands her role as a woman. She understands the reason why she was created. You know, she has the understanding of that. She has been raised right, you know, or else, which I think she says, you know, her father's in her life. She said on one of her other videos. So she's obviously been raised right, and she saw the right things growing up. But even for women that had to learn this, they have learned through trial and error, or just learning from experience, the right mindset to have when it comes to dealing with men and how to be a wife. You know, that's literally the mindset, because a wife is more than just a title. A wife is a job. A wife is a mindset. A wife is an occupation. It's things that you have to do and constantly do, you know, to make sure it functions. Because when you think about husband and wife, these are not only just, you know, these are not only just titles, but these are roles. These are jobs. Because a husband and a wife, that's the first step in creating a family. And then the husband got his duties, the wife got her duties. Then they become husband, wife, father, and mother. Now, father and mother is another occupation. It's it's more than just titles. It's other jobs and things that you have to do that comes with it. You know, father, mother, husband, wife, all of these are roles that come with jobs that you constantly have to do. It's never ending, you know, and she understands that. So I'm playing one more.
The reason why they love having a black man
Matter of fact, not that one. I play this.
I understand it's the summertime, but yet still a lot of women are wearing way too revealing clothing. I'm talking about booty all out, cleavage all out, barely dressed, but yet these women will go ahead and call men freaks and perverts for them looking at them. They would say that men have no self-control, when really it's the woman who has no self-control and is taking her behind out of the house barely dressed. Think about that logic. Just think objectively about the picture. A woman is walking down the street, she's barely dressed. A man is looking, cannot help himself, but yet she's calling him crazy. That's how you know that these women are not right up here. You can't take these women seriously. I know, I don't. Just because it's hot doesn't mean that you're gonna have to walk around naked. You can still put on a cute, long dress and still be refreshed. But you will look classy instead of trashy.
All right. So she obviously understands. And that's why she's wifed up. But a lot of these women, and she even gave a percentage, she said 80. But Honestly, it's higher than that. You pretty much say 92% of women over here in Babylon the Great, they don't have that mindset. And while you have some that's better than others, ultimately they lack in some area. And when they do deal with a man that's, in his right order and try to get them on the right path, they always somehow, some way mess it up. Instead of following and listening and letting the man lead them and trusting in his guidance, they do their own thing and it winds up failing, and then they become a part of the statistics. So it's not just that every woman thinks or says the things that woman said in that video as far as she independent, she can do this, she can do that, she don't need a man. But it's going to be always some other area that they lack in. Majority of the women. Let's get this. This is Sirach chapter 25 and 1. In three things I was beautified and stood up beautifully before the Most High and men. The unity of the brethren, the love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together. Right, a man and a wife that agree together. So, like I say, the man and the wife that agree together, they understand their roles, they understand their positions, they understand the roles that they were given from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and they're doing that. They're doing what they were created to do. And they're doing what they were created to do to benefit themselves, benefit the family, benefit the community, and ultimately give worship to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. See, all of that plays a part. A man in his role doing his job, and a woman, a husband and a wife doing their part, that gives glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's beautiful unto him, because that's how he designed it to be. Then when the husband becomes a father and the wife becomes a mother, they doing their roles as in raising the children in fashion. That's beautiful unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because that's how he created it to be. And they're both in their roles, and that benefits the community, because the more Israelites that go by that same dynamic, the community is going to grow up and healthy. The community is going to grow up healthy. All of that is beautiful unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because that's how he created it to be. So these women don't have that mindset, but women in the other nations, when I say these women over here in America, the mass majority of women over here in America don't have that mindset. The man and the wife are not agreeing together. The men and women, the women over here that's dealing with these men, they're not agreeing together. And this is another reason why Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to destroy this place, because these women have a mindset totally to the left. And these men too are extremely wicked as well. And a lot of situations, they cause women to go off and be wicked. But these women are extremely wicked as well. And they are the ones who don't hold their own selves accountable. They are extremely wicked. So men and women over here in Babylon the Great are not agreeing together. So a lot of women are going to be destroyed. And again, that's why the Lord has women reserved in other nations and other countries. And a lot of them women, they might look like the other nations, but they are Israelites. But a lot of these women are of the other nations. And they're going to be wives and concubines for the brothers, for the men of the elect, to ultimately repopulate our nation. So the Lord has them on reserve and saving them for when that time comes, And when that time comes, the Lord is going to match them up, match each brother with who he going to be with, Well, over here, of course, but from that point on, brothers going to have choices, Brothers going to be choosing who they want. It's going to be your choice, what you like. And all of them are going to be feminine. All of them are going to have that mindset. It's going to be the mindset that woman on the video, that, the different videos that's been speaking, her channel, they're going to have a mindset like that, but even more enhanced, because we're going to be even more glorified. We're going to be in that position of like I say, more precious than fine gold. Because right now, and she's saying this right now, and she's just speaking on Israelite men in general, so-called black men in general. This is not even talking about the elect, you know? And this is us in our lower state. So how much more in our glorified estate when Yahweh Shem Shah glorifies us and going into the elect? Let me see. I just wanted to see what verse 1 said in the GNT. Right, okay, so this is Sirach 25:1 in the GNT. It said, there are three things in which I take special delight, things that are beautiful to the Lord and people alike. So like I said, to the Lord and people alike. It says some ancient translations, there are alike. Greek, I was made beautiful in three ways, and I stood before the Lord and the beauty. Okay, like I said, it's beautiful to the Lord and the people alike because the Lord created it to be this way. Brothers who get along with each other, neighbors who are friends, and the married couple who are happy together. How many married couples are happy together? How many people are even married over here in Babylon the Great? You know, and that's going off the American marriage. That's not even going off how marriage actually works. That's just going off of how Esau got it set up. That they're not even happy in that fashion. People are not even getting married in his fashion. That just goes to show you that that's not right. That's not how it's supposed to be. You know, how many men and women that are quote unquote together, not even gonna use the whole term boyfriend girlfriend. There's no such thing as boyfriend and girlfriend. How many men and women that are together are actually happy together? That just lets you know this is not right. This is not how it's supposed to be. It's because of the mindset of these people, and especially these women. So, you know, Lord wills, edifying lesson. I'm just going to get quick, straight into the point. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kapadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that were well. Peace, love, and salutation to the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. And shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Until next time, shalom.